Everyone, how's it going? Today is Saturday, so I'm saving a bit of my calories for Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna have some Chick-fil-A later. I'm dieting right now. I'm on a 3,500 calorie diet, so I reserved some calories for this Chick-fil-A that I'm gonna have in a bit. So I have some popcorn right here. This is 300 calories. I'm gonna down this. Bit of a snack before my meal. So today I'm gonna actually talk to you guys about how many calories do you need this amount, do you need that amount. So personally, I try to stick to a strict calorie budget. If I'm on a 3,500 calorie diet, I will try to space out my meals evenly. It's around 300 calories popcorn. So if I'm eating 3,500 calories a day, then I feel like that's a good amount of calories. It also depends on your taste buds and if you are experienced with dieting or not. If you're newer to this, you might be wondering, like, how many calories do I need? Should I eat the same as you? Should I eat the same as, if I'm eating 3,500 calories, does that mean that I can eat 3,500 calories? It depends. If I'm around, I'm around 7 to 8% body fat. So if I am eating 3,500 calories, that means I'm getting a good amount of food in. It might not be like the tastiest food in the world, but I'm getting some food in. Some vegetables, some popcorn, some lean meats, some carbohydrate sources like rice, sweet potatoes, healthier sandwiches. So again, this is sort of a guideline for you guys. I'm doing around like 2 hours of cardio. So if I'm doing 2 hours of cardio, that means that I'm burning off, this amount of calories and I'm getting this much food. So if you are a bit taller than me, if you're a bit shorter than me, it all depends, So your height definitely plays a factor into how many calories you can eat. Then I'm doing a good amount of cardio. And I'm not like eating like a bunch of food. But I am, getting in a good amount. So it also depends like on what food you're eating. If I'm eating vegetables, if I'm eating popcorn, if I'm eating lean meats, if I'm eating, fruits, stuff that's good for you, stuff that's gonna, you know, help your body. It's high in fiber, satiating. This kind of food is gonna, you know, be a lot more satiating. You're gonna get a lot more volume, and you are sort of, you know, gonna feel more satisfied, especially because you're getting more food in. So it all depends on your activity level. If someone's doing no cardio, if I'm doing no cardio, then I'll probably only be able to eat 1,500 calories a day. If I increase my cardio more than what I'm doing now, then I'm going to be able to eat more. So it all depends on your activity level, your height, and your life choices. So if you are sort of drinking, if you like drinking, if you like going out, if you like attending social events, like maybe you're not as into fitness as I am, you might need a bit more calories just by default. If you like partying, if you like going out to eat, if you like going to restaurants, if you like going to the movie theaters, if you like, you know, if you're at like Six Flags and you go to like the freaking places that sell like the highly processed foods, you might be ingesting more calories by default. So you know, so if I wasn't as into fitness as I am, then I'd probably be ingesting more calories by default. So just because of my lifestyle. So you might not need these extra calories, but you might be ingesting them just by default, you know, so because of your lifestyle. So again, if you make life changes, if you make changes to your life, if you're not as invested into fitness, if you are sort of, you know, again, if you're going to these places, the theaters, restaurants, eating out, you might be ingesting more calories just by default. You know, a lot of those foods are higher in fat, higher in salt, higher in calories. So again, you might not need these calories, but you might be ingesting them just because of your life, your lifestyle. So that's how many calories I'm taking in. But again, I'm sort of invested into fitness. I love fitness, and it's a huge part of my life. So that's how many calories that I'm taking in. I try to, you know, reduce all the calories that are, inessential. I won't have any liquid calories for the most part. I won't eat anything that's off my diet for the most part. I have a strict diet that I stick to, and I, make sure that this diet and this routine isn't compromising my body fat percentage goals. So yeah. If I'm eating, 3,500 calories, those are strict calories. Those are pretty much all solid calories, or, they're coming from vegetables, they're coming from fruits, they're coming from lean meats, Greek yogurt, berries, lower calorie alternatives. So those are some of the foods that I'm using. If you're newer to fitness, you might be wondering, like, do I have to eat these foods? What should I do? How many calories do I need? Again, it all depends on your sort of your routine and how you have everything laid out. If you're newer to this, you might want to start off with, doing your cardio. If you don't do cardio already, doing some cardio, picking up a cardio exercise, running, cycling, swimming, whatever it is, picking something that's going to help you stay in shape. You don't have to be the best at it, but you do have to, try to progress whenever you can. Try to push yourself. So, again, if you're newer to this, I know most of us aren't professional athletes who are training all day. You might not be able to work out for 8, 9 hours, or maybe you don't want to. So, I would definitely recommend, switching up your diet, picking the healthier alternatives, the diet versions, switching to, vegetables, lean meats, yogurt, berries, stuff like that. That kind of stuff is gonna, reduce your calorie intake by default. If you're not already dieting, if you're newer to this, again, you might be eating junk food. You might be eating, McDonald's, Chips Ahoy, Taco Bell, Del Taco, Chipotle. You might be running to In-N-Out. You might be going everywhere. So these calories aren't necessary. They're completely unnecessary, especially if you're dieting and if you're trying to get into fitness, if you're trying to get into shape, if you're trying to lose body fat, if you're trying to keep the body fat off, most importantly, then taking out the unnecessary calories is going to be the best way to, reduce your calorie intake. Because if I'm eating In-N-Out, if I'm eating Chipotle, if I'm eating McDonald's, if I'm eating hot Cheetos, brownies, all this kind of junk food, this sort of stuff, again, it's gonna put you off your diet. It's gonna make you blow up in weight, And these calories are completely unnecessary. They're completely unnecessary. So, yeah, if I am dieting, I'm not going to touch those foods. Only when I allow myself to. So staying below 10% trying to figure out how many calories you need mostly comes down to removing the unnecessary calories, getting rid of anything that's going to put you over your calorie budget, alcohol, marijuana, like junk food, stuff like that, liquid calories, soda, fruit juices. I will have fruit juice, but only on like special occasions, whenever I'm craving it, or whenever whenever I want something, so if I'm having orange juice, that's pretty much the only fruit juice that I drink, that I allow myself to drink. So figuring out how many calories you need, I would recommend sticking to a strict regimen. If you're newer to cardio, maybe try burning 500 calories a day, 300, 400, but pick a specific number and stick to your calorie budget. And again, remove the liquid calories, remove the unnecessary junk food that you're taking in. Stay away from anything that's gonna increase your appetite, like marijuana. And figure out your sort of activity level. Are you super active? Are you not very active? Are you sedentary? If you're sedentary, it's going to be a lot harder to stick to a diet. Or maybe it won't be as hard for you. But if you're sedentary, you're going to, by default, you're going to have to take in less calories because you're not moving. So if I'm sedentary, I'm only going to be able to eat 1,500 calories. If I do 500 calories with the cardio, I'm going to be able to eat 2,000 calories, which is like another small meal. So figuring out how many calories you need depends on your activity level. It depends on, how regimented you are. It depends on, sticking to your diet. And it also depends on sort of, what you're doing, like on a day-to-day basis. Are you having enough caffeine in your body? If I am intaking like 400 to 450 milligrams of caffeine, maybe I might burn more calories during my session. If I'm not having any coffee, any caffeine, I'm probably gonna have to burn less. I probably won't be able to go as far. I probably won't be able to burn as many calories. I probably won't be able to, go as fast and for long as I do if I'm having, 400 to 450 milligrams of caffeine for my cardio session. So it also depends on the habits that you're practicing on a day-to-day basis. if I am, not, again, if I'm not having any caffeine before my workout, I might not burn as many calories. So figuring out how many calories you need depends on your daily habits, depends on your activity level. It depends also on getting rid of the stuff that you don't need. Like if I am drinking like soda, that has calories in it. It has calories. You can burn it off, but it will cost you an extra, 6, 5, 7 minutes, however much. So definitely try to, reduce your calorie intake in any way you can. And, just figuring out a way to, cut your calories. Whether it's, drinking water only, switching again to the healthier options. It's a great way to figure out how many calories you need. So yeah, it depends on a variety of factors. It also depends on your the activity that you're getting, besides your cardio, besides your workouts. If you're working out, if you're lifting weights, you might burn like 200 calories. You can add that to your budget or not. If I'm, doing 2 hours, if I burn 2,000 calories and then I go lift weights, I might be able to eat 2,200 calories. So yeah, if again, if it depends, so a lot of things add up. If I'm at work and I have to sort of move around, if I'm moving around at work, if your job is active, then you might have to maybe you'll burn another 200 calories, another 100 calories, another 300 calories. It depends. So it depends on your activity level. You might not think you're burning calories, but you might be. You might be just by walking around. So yeah, it all depends on the things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Maybe today I walked a bit more at work. Maybe today I did a bit more cardio. So it depends on what you're doing. It also depends on what you're eating, and it depends on sort of on you. It depends on you, your height, your age. It can definitely depend on your age, especially if you're not taking performance enhancing drugs. If you're a bit older, you might not be able to exert as much force and burn as much calories. If I'm like 67 years old and I'm not taking any performance enhancing drugs, I might not be able to burn as much as a 20-year-old, as a 30-year-old, or a 40-year-old who's on performance enhancing drugs. So it depends on your age, your height, how sort of developed you are in your fitness, and how much cardio you're doing, your caffeine intake on a day-to-day basis, It depends on a lot of things, you know. If you're pushing harder in your workouts, you might be able to eat more as well. You might be hungrier. You know, if I do some sort of half-ass workout and I'm pushing the weight, but I'm not, you know, like, I'm not like, you know, straining, I'm not going super hard, I might not burn as many calories. If I put the heaviest weight I can do and I push and push and push and push, I might burn more calories. So, are your workouts hard? Are they not hard? Are you pushing yourself? Are you advancing? Are you, you know, sort of pushing hard? Again, you need to be pushing hard. If you want to burn more calories, if you want to, you know, stay at a lower body fat percentage, I'd say work out super hard. Push yourself every workout. So you definitely need a base amount of calories. If you're sedentary, you might be eating like almost nothing. If you're doing a bunch of cardio, you're probably going to be able to eat more. So, yeah, it depends. It depends on you. It depends on your age, your height. And it's also, you know, it's also like, it's a good question. It's definitely a good question, you know. So yeah, I guess that was the video for you guys. You might think that muscle actually you're able to eat more because you have more muscle on you. That's not really how it works. If I'm eating like 2,000 calories a day and I put on like 10 pounds of muscle, I'm probably gonna be able to eat like, I don't know, 20 more calories per day. So additional muscle isn't gonna do much for your you know, your daily calorie intake. You know, I'm around 135 pounds right now, 137. I fluctuate between 135 to 140. So I do have a good amount of muscle on me, but it doesn't mean that I can eat a bunch more calories. I can, you know, on a very infrequent basis eat like 6,000-7,000 calories, but it doesn't mean I can get away with eating that much calories on a day-to-day basis, you know. So, how many calories do I need? I eat around 3,500, but that's because I'm pretty active. I'm making sure I'm burning calories. I'm making sure that I'm doing everything that I can to burn as much calories as possible. So yeah, that's how many calories that I need. But if you're a bit taller than me and you're doing the same amount of work, you might be able to eat more. If you're a bit shorter than me and you do the same amount of work, you might be able to eat less. If you are not taking your caffeine, you might not be able to eat as much. So yeah, it definitely depends on you know, the things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, that was the topic for today. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, watch my previous videos, and follow my Instagram page. My Instagram page is LUIS.HERN, the number 9. Again, it's LUIS.HERN, the number 9 as my Instagram. If you guys need help losing weight and getting into shape this year, you can send me a direct message. I'm here to help each and every one of you guys reach your fitness goals and lose weight, keep it off permanently, while enjoying your diet, you know. So definitely give my page a follow, send me a direct message, and ask me if you need help. I've been doing this for, I'm still very young, pretty young. Maybe I'm not the youngest person in the world, but I've been doing this for about 2 or 3 years now, and I enjoy doing this. I'm very educated on this topic, and it's something that I'm passionate about. So send me a direct message. I'm here to help you guys. And if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me.